What is going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning into this Lots of Thoughts Sports video. Today, we're going to be going through a few Sporcle, or I'm sorry, just one Sporcle quiz today because it's a little bit longer compared to the ones we did in the previous episodes. You can find those back on the channel. We've done 2 Sporcle quiz episodes so far, but today we're doing an NFL logic puzzle. Admittedly, this has kind of a low rating, 1.8 out of 5, but we're going to see how it goes. I know there's a lot of ads on the screen. I apologize. I don't support anything that's on the screen necessarily overall. So, don't hold that to me as my morals. That's Sporcle's ads, not mine. Okay, so we're going to get started. Basically, the way a logic puzzle works is they give you a clue. And so, for example, this box is supposed to be the Cardinals. And then they give you a clue to try to determine more of the boxes. You have to keep filling them in. As soon as the team is taken, it can't be taken again. So we have the Cardinals here. The entire NFC East is in column 5. So column 5 is this one. NFC East is over here. All Super Bowls, not seasons, played in the years 2013 to 2019 or won by row E teams. Okay, so this what this is telling me is this E5 is an NFC East team that won the Super Bowl between 2013 and 2019. There's only one team that has done that. It was Nick Foles and the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm adjacent to both Native American themed teams. Okay, so we're looking at Washington and Kansas City in these 2 boxes, right? 2 Native American themed teams. But we know that the NFC East is in this column, so it's got to be Washington here. Do I have to type the name of the team? I'm not familiar with this. What is this still? Oh, this still has their own old name. That's cringy. Anyway. The teams in the corners are capable of flight. So the 4 bird teams, or the Jets maybe, are in the 4 corners. And then this was the Chiefs. What? What am I doing wrong here? I'm adjacent to both Native American themed teams. Okay. So I see what I could have done wrong. The Chiefs are probably here. I didn't think of this as adjacent. I thought this would not be considered. Okay, I'm going to redo it. Oh, lovely ads. Okay, so we know the Cardinals, we know the Eagles, we know that other team from Washington that used to have this name. Okay, the teams in the corners are capable of flight. So what we know now, right? So we know the teams in the corners are capable of flight. So this is a team capable of flight, and so is this. We know that the 2 NFC East teams are in this column, and if they can't be here because the Giants and the Cowboys don't fly, they are going to be here. So we know that. Okay. We also know that the Super Bowls played in the years 2013 and 19 were run by row E teams. So hold on, 2013, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. The Patriots won, what, 3 in that time? Yeah, 3 in that time. So we're looking at 5 options for 5 spaces. So the Patriots, okay, let me think. I'm going back on my Super Bowl knowledge. I actually just looked at this today, and I don't feel confident whatsoever. So we're looking at the Seahawks, the Eagles, the Chiefs. Okay, let me go back from this year. So the Rams won this year. Last year was the Bucks. The year before was the Chiefs. So this year was 2022, right? Rams. 2021 was the Bucks. 2020 was the Chiefs. Is that correct? That doesn't feel correct, but so before the Chiefs, boy, my knowledge is going to be messed up. I know we have the Broncos in there. So we're looking at Broncos, Patriots. Let me think. What flying thing won the Super Bowl? Were the Ravens in that year? No, it's got to be the Seahawks. The Seahawks were there. So it's got to be the Seahawks. We're looking at, I mean, it could be the Ravens if that's what they're counting. But I think the Ravens were before 2013. Okay, if we're looking at the amount of years, right? Eagles, Seahawks, 3 Patriots, Broncos. We need 2 more. Who am I missing? Falcons lost to the Patriots. Niners lost to the Chiefs. I think that was too recent. Okay, I think this is either Seahawks or Ravens. And this is something I might have to look up if I don't know it. I know you're not supposed to look it up, but. Well, see, here's the thing. So yeah, Chiefs are here. I know Chiefs are here because I tried Chiefs here and it's adjacent, right? So Chiefs has to be here. So it's not the Chiefs. Chiefs are 2019 or 2020. So the year before the Chiefs, the Patriots were definitely in the Super Bowl. I don't remember who they beat. It doesn't matter. They won. Probably the Falcons. The year before that was the Eagles. And who am I missing? Who's won a Super Bowl that recently? 2013. The Giants won before that. It could be the Ravens. You know, we're early enough. I'm willing to redo it if it's not the Seahawks. I'm going to go Seahawks. It's the Ravens. How many retries is this going to take? Okay, so we have bottom right. That was the Eagles. So this is the Ravens. That's frustrating. And this was the Washington team that is now the Commanders. Let's fill in the Chiefs here. The NFC South is not in the quiz. Cool. Exactly one team who has never appeared in the Super Bowl appears in this quiz. So that's either the Jaguars, the Texans. Are those the only two teams? Those are the two newer teams. Okay. I'm going to move on. The entire NFC East is in column 5. All Super Bowls, not seasons, played in the years 2013 to 2019 were run by row E teams. So we know the Patriots, the Seahawks, and the Broncos are 3 teams at the bottom. Patriots, Seahawks, and Broncos. So what I'm thinking now, what other NFL teams can fly? So NFC East, we already have the Eagles covered. NFC North, we have the Packers, Vikings, Bears, Lions can't fly. NFC West, we have the Cardinals who are covered. 49ers can't fly. Seahawks are covered because they're going to be in the bottom row, right? And the Rams can't fly. NFC South, Buccaneers can't fly. Falcons can fly. Oh, but they're not in the quiz because the NFC South's not in the quiz, right? So it doesn't matter. I don't have to go through that division. AFC East, the Jets, right, I think could be A5. That's what my logic is here. The Patriots are going to be in the bottom row. The Dolphins are not capable of flight. Bills are not capable of flight. South, Texans are not. Jaguars are not. Titans are not. Colts are not. AFC West, I did that second time. Chiefs are not. Broncos are not. Who else is in it? Why am I blanking? The Chargers and the Raiders. No. And AFC North. Ravens, Bengals, Browns, Steelers. The A5 has to be the Jets because the Seahawks are in the bottom row because all Super Bowls played in the 2013 to 20. Yes. So this is the Jets. I'm confident. Yes. The Patriots are adjacent to 3 teams they've beat in the Super Bowls. Okay. They beat the Eagles. They wouldn't have beat the Ravens. So, I mean, it still could be here. But I have an inkling to say that it's here. They have not beaten the Chiefs. Did they beat Washington? I don't think so. But the Eagles could be one. If the Seahawks are in this, that would be the Seahawks are in the bottom row, right? So it's the Seahawks, Broncos, Patriots. They couldn't beat the Broncos. So it could be that they're here, the Seahawks are here, and we have another team here. If the Patriots are here, what teams could it be? It could be the Seahawks. The Broncos can't satisfy that. So then the Falcons are not here. So we need the Rams. I think Patriots has to be here. Because who did they beat? The Panthers. Oh, but the NFC South's not in the quiz, so it has to be the Patriots. Boom. The Jets are adjacent to 2 AFC South teams. Okay, so we got 2 AFC South teams here. And we know that there's 2 teams here that the Patriots beat in the Super Bowl. And so we know these are the Seahawks and Broncos, right? So we can go Broncos. I'm adjacent to another horse team. That's good to know. Seahawks. Each row has no more than 3 teams from a conference. Interesting. Ooh, that's a twist. Each row, horizontal row. Okay. So I'm adjacent to another horse team. So we know the Colts are here somewhere. Cool. Exactly one team that's never won the Super Bowl appears in this quiz, which the Cardinals haven't, right? I'm going to Google that just because. Yes, they have not. Okay, so we know now that there's no more teams that haven't won a Super Bowl in this quiz. We also know that these two are AFC South teams, right? The Jets are adjacent to 2 AFC South teams. So then that would lead me to believe this is a little confusing, right? Because we thought the Colts were here. I'm adjacent to another horse team. But the Jaguars have not won the Super Bowl. They haven't appeared at a Super Bowl. Did they? No, they haven't. And the Texans have not appeared in a Super Bowl. So they can't be in this quiz. Have the Jaguars appeared in the Super Bowl? Do I not know that off the top of my head? I'm going to have to look it up. I'm starting to run out of time. Okay, here we go. They are one of 4 NFL franchises that have never played in the Super Bowl, along with the Cleveland Browns, Detroit Lions, and division rival Houston Texans. So those 4 are not in the quiz. Wait. Exactly one team who has never appeared in the Super Bowl appears in this quiz. Lovely. Boy, this is fun. Okay, so we're going to go back to where we were. The Cardinals have appeared in the Super Bowl. The Texans, the Titans, and the Jaguars appear here. Since it can't be here, because there's an NFC East team here, has to be here and here. The Jaguars, Texans, and Titans. Okay, I'm going to move on. I'm stuck. I'm adjacent to another horse team. Got that covered. Each row has no more than 3 of each conference, right? The Jets are adjacent to 2 AFC South teams. I'm adjacent to both Native American. The NFC South is not in this quiz, right? Teams in the corners are capable of flight. What am I missing? Okay. So I need to fill this in here. Who have the Patriots beat in the Super Bowl otherwise? The Eagles, the Seahawks. Can't be the Falcons, can't be the Panthers, so it's got to be the Rams. Okay, I'm adjacent to an AFC South team, which would be the Colts. Row A has 2 feline teams, so it's got to be the Jaguars here, right? Because they were either here or here. I'm adjacent to 3 NFC teams, Joy. So these 3 have to be NFC teams. We already knew this one was. This either has to be the Texans or Titans. We know that. And then this one either has to be the Panthers or the Bengals or the Lions. Joy. Okay. But we know that these 2 have to be NFC teams. This is AFC South. These 3 have to be NFC teams. So this, if it is the Bengals, it has to be here. If it's the Panthers, it could be anywhere. Joy. If it's the Lions, it could be either place. Okay. I'm going to go back to what we were looking at earlier. I'm adjacent to an AFC South team. Got that covered. Row A has 2 feline teams. Got it. Exactly one team who has never appeared in the Super Bowl appears in this quiz. So we know that it's not the Texans here. We know this is the Titans because the Texans can't be in this quiz now. Neither can the Browns or the Lions. We got to keep that in mind. So that means that other feline team is either the Panthers or the Bengals. Okay, no 2 AFC East teams share a row or a column. Okay, so we have The Jets here, the Patriots here. So we need the Dolphins and the Bills still. This is horrible. What do we know about this square? We know that if, oh gosh, I am struggling. Okay, so we know there's a feline team here. Yes. We know it's not the Lions. So it's a Bengal or it's a Panther. But the AFC South teams are not here. So it's a Bengal. And we know that this is NFC. So let me make sure there's no other feline teams. Going through very quickly. So if I miss one, I'm going to cry. But NFC North is fine. Yes. Oh, no, Bears are not. NFC West. We're fine. AFC West. Wait, who's the other NFC West team? Who did I miss? Seahawks, Cardinals, Rams, Niners. AFC West. Good. AFC South. We're good. AFC North. We're good. This is the Bengals. If you share a stadium in New Jersey, you share a border with this quiz. Jets and Giants. We know the Giants have to be in this right column. And therefore, we know that this is the last team in this division, the Cowboys. Okay, the 49ers are not in this row, and they are not adjacent to any NFC teams. Lovely. So the 49ers are either here or not adjacent. 49ers can't, the 49ers have to be here. This is the only space open that it's not in this row. I read that as AFC. I might have said that out loud too. Okay, we're going again. I'm going to take a screenshot of this, which you probably can't see, but just so I can copy the answers over. Oh, that sucks. That was stupid. Okay, we got the Cardinals. We got the Bengals. At least we got the timer reset. If you're enjoying me getting frustrated, then this is the video for you. I've been frustrated in recent videos, but not this frustrated. Like I'm just not thinking things through. And that's causing problems for my completion of a logic puzzle to not think about logic. Okay, and then we got the Chiefs, Patriots, and the Ravens. Okay, let me close the screenshot out. So the 49ers are not in this row, right? And are not adjacent to any NFC teams. Okay, so not here, not here. Could be here, here, here. That's where we're looking at the 49ers. And we know these two are NFC, right? Because I'm adjacent to 3 NFC teams. So it has to be, I swear to God, that's where I just put the 49ers. They're not in this row. And Jaguars are adjacent to 3 NFC teams, which are here, here, and here. If they're not adjacent to any NFC teams, then they can't be here or here. And then they couldn't be here. They couldn't be here because the Cardinals are here. They have to be there. Is that not where I just put them? No, I didn't. I put them somewhere else. Did I? Am I gonna have to redo this again? That is 100% where I put them. I don't understand how that clue makes sense then. These two are NFC teams, right? Because I'm adjacent to 3 NFC teams. 1, 2, 3. These are 2 are AFC, right? 49ers are not in this row, and they're not adjacent to any NFC teams. Not adjacent. This would be adjacent to the Cardinals. This would be adjacent to the Cardinals. This would be adjacent to the other NFC team and vice versa. So if they're not in this row, they're not in here because the Cardinals, not here because the Cardinals, not in here because of the 2 NFC teams. This is the only place for the 49ers. Did I already enter them? Are they already on the board? No. I'm going to look at the comments. I can't see what stops the 49ers being in D1. 49ers are in this row. Lovely. Lovely. That's not what the clue says. That sucks. Okay, I'm going to re-screenshot this because I deleted it already. If you're watching this video and you've gotten to this point, please let me know in the comments. Please reply the word pretzel in the comments, and I will personally reach out to you and thank you for getting to this point in the video, because this is a long haul that no one should suffer through. I don't know why I'm doing it. I should have just quit when I failed the first time, although it would have been a short video, but it's better than doing what I've been doing here and suffering. Just going to ignore the fact that I referenced the wrong square on my screenshot, and I'm going to continue to type in names like nothing ever changed. If you saw that, you couldn't see, well, you could have seen what I typed from the beginning of the word, huh, on the text box. That was a bit embarrassing. Admittedly, it's a little too late to be staying up for me. I am admittedly tired, so I apologize for my mistakes in logic and also typing or referencing a screenshot, I suppose, is what really was the mistake, because I looked at the wrong square. Okay. So the 49ers are in this row and are not adjacent to any NFC teams. So we know that this would be adjacent to the Rams. So with this, that means the 49ers are here. Two of Brett Favre's teams are in column 3. Since the Jets are already here and the Falcons are not on this quiz because there's no NFC South teams on this quiz, we're looking at the Vikings and the Packers here, here, and here. Here, here, or here. Okay. That was frustrating. Anyway, this is the only column to have more than 2 teams from the same division. Okay. So in that case, do we know anything new? Bengals. None of these 3 teams share a division. These 2 share a division, meaning we're looking at the Seahawks not being here, which they're already on the board, and the Rams not being here, which they're already on the board. I don't understand how this clue really helps us whatsoever. But we know the Packers and the Vikings are here. What else do we know here? Because that's not a lot of information to solve the rest of this quiz. Jets are adjacent. I'm adjacent to both Native American themed teams. Each row has no more than 3 teams from a single conference. This is 2 and 2. This is 3 AFC. So this has to be an NFC, which we already knew that, though. That doesn't help us. Exactly 1 team who's never appeared in the Super Bowl appears in this quiz. So we know the Browns, the Lions, the Texans are not in this quiz. Oh, I don't know that I know how to proceed besides guessing these 2, which I really don't want to do. 49ers in this row and are not adjacent to any NFC teams. So this is AFC, 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 AFC. We know that these are all AFC. And does that help us anymore? No. I wish I had a list of the teams. That probably would have been, I mean, I obviously know all the teams, but I'm sure there's some narrowing down that I could do by checking off the things on the list. You know what I mean? That would help me eliminate some options here. I'm adjacent to an AFC South team. That's covered. Row AS2 feline teams. That's covered. If you share a stadium in New Jersey, you share a border in this quiz. That's covered. There's some elimination process that I'm not doing. And I don't know if it's related to the fact that the Vikings and the Packers are somewhere here or not. But it could be. Each row is no more than 3 teams from a conference. That doesn't restrict anything besides the fact that we know this is an NFC team. But we don't know that this has to or doesn't have to be an AFC team. Okay. I've just thought about this, right? So this can't be an NFC team. You know, I just come to realize, oh, this is row. Okay. This can't be the Lions because they're not in this quiz. Where was the clue that I'm looking at? So this is the only column to have more than 2 teams in the same division. So this can't be the Cardinals or 49ers. They're already on the board anyway. This can't be any team from the NFC North or NFC South, right? Because the NFC South is not included in this quiz. So it has to be a team, the third team here has to be the team. Well, the NFC East already. This is the only column to have more than 2 teams from the same division. The Rams and the Seahawks are in the same division, right? As the 49ers and the Cardinals. So what we know, we can eliminate every single team from the NFC out of this square because we know it's not in the NFC West. That's already covered. We know it's not in the NFC South because that's not in the quiz. We know it's not in the NFC East because that's already covered. And making it a third team in the NFC North would be illegal according to this. So we know that this is an AFC team. We also know that these two are now the Vikings. Because of that, we know these two are the Vikings and the Packers. I don't think that narrows us down whatsoever. I might just guess these two. And if I have to redo it, I have to redo it. Because I'm sure it's some other elimination process. Okay, if we know that this is an AFC team, right? We know it's not the Jaguars, Titans, Texans, or Colts. AFC South's done. AFC East, we're still looking at the Dolphins and the Bills. And there was definitely something about the AFC East somewhere in this quiz. Where was the AFC East clue? No 2 AFC East teams share a row or a column. So this could be the Dolphins or the Bills. But that would mean that the other Dolphin or Bill is over here. Which is not necessarily not a possibility. How many NFC teams do we have left? We have the Vikings, the Packers, the Bears. Who else? The NFC West is covered, NFC East is covered, NFC South is covered. So the Vikings, Packers, and Bears. We know the Vikings and the Packers are here. We know there's no NFC teams here, 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 here. So the Bears is the only NFC team that this could be. We don't know that it's necessarily that, though. Oh my gosh, this is a nightmare. Each row contains no more than 3 teams from a conference. So if this is the Bears, this could theoretically be the 2 AFC teams. And this could be an AFC team too. It doesn't matter. Oh. We've eliminated the Lions. So it's the Bears. The Bears are the only one left. So this could be the Bears. Otherwise, the NFC teams are taken care of. Let's go through the AFC. The Jets, so Dolphins and Bills left over. The South is all taken care of. The West, we still have the Raiders. We still have the Broncos. Oh, no, the Broncos are covered. Chiefs are on it. And Chargers. So we still have Bills, Dolphins, Chargers. In the North, we can't have the Browns because they've not been to a Super Bowl. We have the Steelers. We have the Ravens covered. We have the Bengals covered. So those 4 AFC teams, and then who do we go over? The South, the North, the West. That's it. So those 4 AFC teams. The Chargers. Oh, there's more than 4. The Chargers, the Raiders, the Bills, the Dolphins. Is that it? And the Steelers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means the Lions have to be here. That's the only team left. It's the Bears, not the Lions. It's the Bears, not the Lions. Okay, we got to remember this is the 49ers because I kept the same screenshot. It doesn't have it on there. It's the Bears, not the Lions. It's the Bears, not the Lions, Dylan. It can't be the Lions because the Lions have not been to a Super Bowl. And neither have the Jaguars, who are already on this quiz. If I wasn't on video, I would give up this quiz. This is frustrating the hell out of me. And if you're watching this, if there's anybody watching to this point, it's probably frustrating you because you can't do anything about my stupidity. I could do things about my stupidity. I could just be smarter. Okay, but what we have done is found out this is the Bears. Yes, okay. Thank the Lord. And this is the Patriots. Okay, from the Bears, Minneapolis is slightly north of Green Bay. That's also true in this quiz. So we know that this is Vikings, and this is the Packers. San Francisco is adjacent to San Diego. I'm adjacent to two AFC West teams. So the 5 teams we have left: Raiders, Steelers, Chargers, Bills, Dolphins. We know that the Bills and Dolphins are not in the same row, right? Where was the AFC East? No two AFC East teams share a row or a column, so they're not here and here. These are all AFC teams, so that doesn't help us. I'm adjacent to two AFC West teams, so they can't be here and here because that would be blocking off both of those. If one is here, then the other one could be here or here. If one is here, then the other one would have to be here. Oh my gosh, I'm confusing the crap out of myself. Oh. Okay, what was the thing about being in the same division as your or same column as your division opponents? That can't happen. Yes. Where is it? I'm so certain it exists, but I can't remember what it is. This is the only column to have more than 2 teams from the same division. So since the Broncos are here, this can't be Chiefs. This can't be Chargers and Raiders. One of them has to be here, and then one of them has to be in the other spot. Meaning, in my mind, one of these has to be Bills or Dolphins. If one of these is Bills or Dolphins, if it's here, then either of these could be Bills or Dolphins. If it's here, then only this one could be Bills or Dolphins. And then the Steelers are just the wild card here. So the Raiders and the Chargers. Do we have any other pieces of information? San Diego is adjacent to San Francisco. So we know that the Chargers are here, and the Raiders are here because they can't both be here. So this is the Raiders. The Steelers aren't adjacent to their biggest rival. The Steelers are not here. They're either here, here, or here. Okay, so if we know this is not the Steelers, we know one of these is the Chargers, right? And we know one of these is the Bills or Dolphins. We know that. We can't have the Bills or Dolphins here and not here, right? So the Bills and Dolphins either have to be here and here or here and here. So either way, they need one of these. Either way, the Chargers need one of these, meaning the Steelers can only go here. The Bills and Dolphins are adjacent. Well, if they're adjacent, they can't be here. So the Bills and Dolphins have to be here, right? So that means, what's the only team left? Chargers. I'm adjacent to a perfect season. Dolphins have a perfect season. Oh my gosh. Now for a perfect quiz. We're done. After like 5 tries, we finally 100% of the NFL logic quiz. Holy crud. That was unnecessarily difficult, partially because of my stupidity, but also partially because this quiz was partially wrong with the 49ers and Cowboys relationship situation. But we did it. I hope you enjoyed. If you got to this point, thank you so much for watching this long. This is going to be a long video in comparison to my other ones, but I want to thank you genuinely for watching. If you like this content, I'm going to do more NFL logic on more logic quizzes. I don't know if they're going to be NFL. They might be the other sports, but there'll probably be an NFL one in there, another NFL one. I'll see if there's another one that's a little higher ranked. But if you like that kind of content, please hit the red subscribe button down below. Thank you very much for watching the entirety of this video, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.